What is going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMDTNT, where I am living my dream, trading and traveling. Hope everybody out there is doing well today. As for myself, I am doing pretty good. Just sitting out here in the shop, wanted to take a minute to get a trade recap done. So that is what I am about to do. Still trading the automated trading system. This is something that I have been working on a few months now, and I've actually been trading it live in a properly funded cash account. And this thing took 2 trades today, 1 red trade, 1 green trade. And let's go on ahead and let's jump on over into the charts and take a look and see what it did today. So I am logged into my computer that's inside my house in my office now. I don't trade out in my shop anymore because, like I said, this system that I've built is 100% automated. It's just built around the way that I used to trade the supply and demand zones. And looking at the chart, I can pretty much tell that it is not going to take another trade today. So we're going to close out the day up $302.36. The reason that I say I don't think it's going to take another trade is because there are no supply and demand zones that are close enough to where if one broke, the stop would be under 50 points. Last one that we see was actually 143 points here, and this one was 77 points here. There is no demand below this supply if it was to get taken out. So that's how I kind of know that it's not going to take any more trades. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna blow the chart up, and we'll scroll over, look at these 2 trades real quick, and we're gonna be up out of here. Very quick video today. This one is not going to take long at all. So like I said, strategy took 2 trades today. First one, this one here, it got in at 2:40 this morning, and it pretty much stopped out at 3:07. So about 27 minutes in this trade, and it stopped out. One thing that I can personally look at this trade and see why it probably was not going to work. First one, it broke supply. This becomes the stop. And the way that this edge works is once there is a defined, get it out, demand line. I know it's defined once that diamond gets in there. If this takes out a supply zone, it's going to trigger a trade if it's within 50 points. So this one was in 50 points, but right above this supply was another fairly large size supply. Usually it's going to bump into that and roll over. That's exactly what it did. Me trading this, I probably would not have taken this trade, but stat shows that that's not a reason not to take the trade. So rolled over, stopped me out. Market kind of just chopped around. A supply zone came in, followed by a demand zone that came in. And guess what happened? This supply took out that demand. Boom, triggered me in. Now I'm short. And let's take a look at this one. Kind of just chops around here, and then boom, makes a move down. We see this 1R dashed line. That there is just showing me that whenever the step target for this dash line gets hit, this is where my stop is going to go to. So when the trade is first taken, stop is up here. The goal is to start hitting step targets so that the stop can move down. So let's keep watching. 2.25, that's another stop zone, not an actual area, but boom, look right there. Step 1. Target 2.75. So when this level gets broken, stop gets triggered and it goes to right there. Good job. Right after that, that same candle kept going and it hit step target number 2, which is 3R. Now is where we start making money. 3R locks in 2.25R. So we have already gotten green between these 2 trades. Had it just went to step 1 and came back up, stopped up and stopped out right there, we would have been flat. But once it broke that one, now we're green. Let's see what it does. we see another target area or another stop area of 4R. So 5R will lock 4R in. So, but this hits the 4R, comes up, comes back down, kind of just chops around, and boom, it breaks step 3 target, which is 5R. Stop gets taken up or gets brought down, in this case to 4R. And let's see what it does. Kind of chops around, kind of W bottoms. Then it comes back and it hits it. Stopped us out at step target number 3, which locked in 4R. This trade, if it was risking all 50 points, it lost $100. This trade, if it was risking all 50 points, made $400. And that's why we were at $300 on the day. Let's kind of just look and see what this did after it did that right there. Kind of chopped around. It finally did break this one here, which is step target number. Actually, hold on. Nope. Yeah, right there, 6R. So if it cracked that one, which it did, then it would have locked in 4.5 R. So good trade though. Good trade, good solid trade. And we'll take a quick peek at the stats real quick for this particular account. This is a cash account. God, dog it. People always calling when I'm doing a video. Let me mute that real quick. This is a cash account. I'm primarily focusing on my cash account 100% because I see the stats and I'm like, why do I even want to fool with a prop account? But like I said earlier in the video, this is a properly funded account. Did some extensive back testing on this system. Year to date, it had a max drawdown of about $1,000. So I took that 1,000, I multiplied it by 3, and I started this account with $3,000. And so far, right now, the current balance is showing $3,605. Net trading P&L that we've made is $1,461. So we've almost doubled, or not double, but we almost made back half of that $3,000 that we started off with. And then that breaks it down over here. So I initially had $1,144 in that account. I deposited $2,000 and I have withdrawn $1,000 already since starting this account on May 27th. The goal is to get my net contribution down to 0. After I do that, I'll be paying attention to this box, which will be my next goal. But right now, we're showing return 68.2, has win rate of 51.9. Year to date, back testing had that win rate about 39%. Right now, we're at a profit factor of 3.17. Back testing, it was at about 1.8. So I do know that there's some red trades that are left out there. Right now, the max drawdown is 294. So we came nowhere near the $1,000 max drawdown, nowhere near the $3,000 account balance. So we're good there. Total fees paid, that's commissions and fees that I've paid to Tradovate. Just a part of doing business. Best day so far has been on Tuesday. We've made $618. Worst day is Monday. We've only made $44.22. Best hour, 6 o'clock in the evening. Killer. We've made $603. Worst hour, 2 o'clock in the morning. I know that to be a fact. $86.32 is what we've lost doing that. This is just a graph showing it. This area right here, the scale tracker, this is where it starts making money at. Right now, I'm risking $100 per trade, 2 contracts max. I can scale up to $150 per trade risk, 3 contracts max, when the balance reaches $4,500. So once it hits $4,500, I'd be able to scale up. It's showing that it's got $894 remaining. That's if I don't take any payouts or pull money out. But like I said, I do want to get this down to 0. And then I'm trading on house money. Just a few more graphs here that just kind of shows you the day a week net P&L, showing Tuesday, best day. Friday is close. Wednesday is close. daily trading P&L, just showing what it's made so far since we've went live with it. We've had 2 red days and then green days, small green day right there. P&L by hour, this just shows you the hours. So midnight's made 297, 6 o'clock, that's that 603. In the worst hour, 2 o'clock, lost 86 bucks, and then 2 o'clock p.m. it's lost 70 bucks. I'll bring that up a little bit. This just shows you monthly net P&L. I only was in the market a couple of days during the month of May. It made $292. And then we're in June right now, June 10th, and so far we've made $1,168. So we are rocking and rolling with this thing, y'all. The goal, take me out of the equation. I start this thing up, I close my office door, and I don't want to look at it. We'll look at the calendar real quick. This just kind of breaks down. That one red day when we first started, this one kind of made me a little worried. I'm like, is this really what I think it is? And then the next day, banger. The following week, all green days, bangers. And we started off this week, red day, nice green day yesterday, nice green day today, and we'll have it back ready to roll on this evening at 6 o'clock. On that note, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. As always, thanks for checking me out. If you hadn't hit that like button, please do so. If you are not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. I have made a few more additions to this particular system. I'm trying to get it to where it's 100% autonomous. If I'm traveling and NinjaTrader crashes, it'll automatically reboot itself. It'll automatically re-engage the strategy. If the charts freeze, if data freezes, it will automatically cycle itself out. I did add a couple of those features today to where it will now, if NinjaTrader is not online, it will boot itself up, get online. Also added another feature where at 5:55 every evening, it'll cycle itself. It'll shut it down, bring it back up. Reason I wanted to do that is to kind of get rid of any cash or anything that's gotten stored in there throughout the day or throughout the week. I had been just letting this thing sit and run all week without like disconnecting and reconnecting it. But like I said, at 5:55 now, it'll cancel, it'll disengage the strategy. It will exit my cash account. It will get back in the cash account. It will turn the strategy back on. And I did that just because I had seen a couple of times where when the market started at 6, the charts wouldn't start right away, and I would have to do that. So I got it to where it'll do it itself now. On that note, I'm gonna wrap this video up, and we will be back at it again tomorrow. Peace.